The PXW FS7 is Sony's all-new ultimate documentary camera, and it has everything: the Super 35 chip size, the OLED viewfinder, a new ergonomic handle, variable ND, and so much more. Plus, it's neatly packaged in a new streamlined design, making it very portable and maneuverable, which is really what stood out to me about this camera. See, traditional shoulder mount documentary type cameras were very heavy and bulky, while the FS7 was light and incredibly easy to use. And it was really designed with the single user in mind, with menu control, half of the assignable buttons, an assignable dial, and so much attached right onto the ergonomic handle. It was really for those smaller crew situations. However, we did discover that our smaller-handed camera testers had some issues reaching some of those controls. Now, the FS7 does not record in full 4K, only 3840, and as of right now, it only records in a 16:9 aspect ratio. But that does not take away from the incredibly crisp and outstanding image produced by the Super 35. And our F55, which also uses the Super 35 sensor, is capable of those other aspect ratios and so much more. So we're very confident that an update will come out soon unlocking these features for the FS7. Now, our F55 performs incredibly well in high and low light situations, but what about the FS7? Well, if you'd like to take a look, we pitted the F55 and the FS7 against each other in low and high light situations and created a comparison video available for you to see on MediaLab440.com. But what we do know for sure is that the FS7 has an incredible dynamic range with up to 14 stops of latitude and 4 f-stops in low light. Now let's talk media. The FS7 does not use the S/S cards or the ridiculous readers, but you can breathe a sigh of relief because it doesn't use the SD cards either. Sony has created an all-new media that kind of bridges the gap between the two. It is called the XQD card. Now, the XQD card records full through the card for quick and slow motion, unlike the SD cards, which can only do about 8 seconds. And the benefit above the S/S cards is the readers are only about $35, as opposed to the ridiculously and outrageously expensive S/S readers. Which brings us to the quick and slow motion feature of the FS7. It can overcrank up to 180 frames per second in full 1080p HD, and it looks gorgeous. We decided to take this for a test run outside in some rainy weather, and the picture is quite amazing. Take a look. The FS7 is a remarkable camera, no doubt there, but there are some things we'd have liked to see improved on. The extendable arm, for example, although nice, was kind of a pain to adjust. We would have liked to see that toolless. Also, this next one is more of a warning than a complaint, but the FS7 does require a reboot in order to switch from HD to 4K, but not from 4K back to HD. We also discovered that the menu button on the ergonomic handle does have a select feature on it, but can unintentionally be pushed, which can be annoying. Overall, this camera really had everything, and at $8,000 it blows any other camera in its price range out of the water. And that brings us to the end of our time here, but if you'd like to read more about my full review of the FS7, head on over to MediaLab440.com.